YouTube. Wonderful stuff. Now, what's this I've got here? I'm being asked to do something here, so I'm just going to say hi. There we go. That's fantastic. We love it. Richard, what are you doing? Guys, Richard is sending me red roses, and we've already got 11. Is that not amazing? But only if you're feeling flush. Hello, Scotty. Hello, how are you doing, Aldo? Dinky-Doo, I say to you, from the Black Country. Yes, indeed. Name a country for an edit. Scotland. There we are, Dinky-Doo. Ramatan has given me red roses as well. How amazing are you guys? Every single one of you get following right now, please, so that we can move the followers up a bit. We've had millions and millions and millions of viewers to all the videos, but we've only got 29,000 followers. What's going on? Dinky-Doo, I say to you, you went to my school, says Aidan. You and I were at the same school, Aidan. Dinky-Doo, I say to you, Ramatan, what are you doing? He's sending more gifts. Very, very generous of you, beautiful people, I say to you. And Dinky-Doo, how amazing is that? There we go. Fantastic. Good evening. My heart is. I'm just saying to everybody as they join us, good evening, my hearties. There's Thomas saying, good evening, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, good evening to Thomas, I say to you. Tommy, you've just got the #1 gifter. Scotty, what's the plaque? That's my old school. And the motto was Hinc Vera Virtus. From these gates comes true virtue. I have to say I agree. Dinky-Doo. Now, good evening, Scotty. How are you doing? We're great, Richard. And thank you for your kindness and for your generosity. So very, very good of you. And very, very much appreciated. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Now then, good evening, everybody. And thank you for joining us. You're watching Scottie McClue, #Flotai. Where's Cider Ronnie? Huffy, do you remember Cider Ronnie? That's, let me tell you, 25 years ago. Amazing. Evening, Nikki, Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue. Lovely to have you with us and a very warm welcome. Now, I've got my tea here. And my cup identifies as he, so we've got tea. See what I just did there? Dinky-Doo, thank you. What have we got here? Pudsey. Ramatan, that's very, very expensive. Ramatan sending Pudsey beer. And another one that's very expensive is Pudsey ear. Good evening, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Good evening, Susan. How are we tonight? I'm up by popular request, guys. The nation have been requesting me all day. Please go live at 6 o'clock this Thursday evening. I thought, well, why not? When they've asked so nicely. Dinky-Doo. Support Israel, not Gaza. I don't think that's fair. I think you should support everyone, but only if they stop fighting. Otherwise, no support for either of them. Just pull out. Get everybody to pull out. Superpowers don't get near it until the fighting stops. There we go. Dinky-Doo, I say to every single one of you, that's what I would go for, because how can you support people who are fighting? I support Gaza. So there we are. Thank you very much. Now, what have we got here? Here. Thank you very much, the Cookster. The Cookster agrees wholeheartedly with Scottie McClue. Ramaton, you are being so kind. I don't want you to bankrupt yourself. You've sent me a heart me. Incredible. There we go. I support old school. You're old school, absolutely. And you say you're in Germany. Yes, so are you talking around the 1890s, maybe? 1880s? Ah, what a lovely thing. What a lovely thing to say. Yes, indeed. Now, what have we got here? The Black Country is called the Black Country because of the factories from the olden days. Yes, indeed. Yes, the Midlands, down there, the 1840s. So you liked Germany in the 1840s. Did you like the old Prussian Empire? Did you like von Bismarck? I say to you, good evening from Derbyshire, says the wonderful Roy Michael. Roy Michael, how lovely to have you with us. Did you say Buxton to me the other day? Morning, Lord Duke of Dundee. Guys, this is Onion Baji, and he's saying good morning because he's in Australia. He's in Australia, down under. Fantastic. That's what it's all about. The wonderful Slade came from the back country. Yes, Slade. Dinky-Doo, good evening to you, Scottie McClue. Do you know Elvis Presley? No, I didn't have the privilege of meeting Elvis. I think he only once came to Scotland and he stopped off at Prestwick Airport. Have I got that right? Follow us as soon as you can, guys. I mean, his songs, oh yeah. There we go. D, because I had to go to another place. So there you go. Charlie, my pet dog, says hello. Visiting St Kilda in 2024. Has anybody else watching been to St Kilda? You are correct. I am Cookstock. Edinburgh Airport is the GOAT. Yes, indeed. How much does it cost to drop off at Edinburgh? That used to be RAF Turnhouse. See what I just did there? Fantastic, I tell you. There we have some super buses. And does the tram goes to the airport, doesn't it? I think. Guys, get following as soon as you come on. Everybody should follow Scottie McClue. I'm absolutely shocked at how difficult it is to say to people, pop your finger up to the top left, click the plus, and I'll shout you out. You know, it's the easiest thing in the universe. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Yes, it does. Do you remember the buses, Scottie? I remember the trams. Now, the last tram, thank you for following. Calvin's followed, Bazza's followed, Connor's followed. Guys, every single one of you should follow. It's just a trip up to the top left. And remember, this is very, very big. So if you're following Scottie McClue, you're following probably the biggest thing on TikTok, you know, and it's the way to go, I say to you. Thank you, Connor, for following. These are thoroughly decent human beings. Jamie has just followed. He's gone up to the top left and clicked the plus. Isn't that beautiful? RAF Abbott Cinch. No. Sorry, Ramerton. But not RAF Abbott Cinch. RNVR Sanderling. Right? I think I've got that right. Well, in fact, perhaps there was RAF Abbott Cinch. I don't think so. I think it was RNVR or RNAB Sanderling. I think you'll find McClue's got a point there, guys. Roy Michael has just joined us from Derbyshire on the YouTube channel. Jack has followed. Jason has followed. Guys, thank you. Everybody should be following Scottie McClue as soon as you possibly can. If you've got a TikTok account, you follow Scottie McClue. If you've got a YouTube account, you subscribe to Scottie McClue at the world's top talk show. You'll see the URL on the TikTok bio. Do you remember every sandstone building in Glasgow was black with pollution? I did, Bobby. When I moved back from Manchester, I said to my mother, I think I'll move back. And I was driving through Glasgow and thinking how dark all the tenements were. On a bucketing wet winter's night, with the black tenements of Glasgow. Glasgow's quite depressing. Now it's so beautiful. When I said, do you remember on the buses, I meant the TV show, oh, with Reg Varney and Olive. There you go. Could you recommend a nice pub in Caledonia? I could recommend 1,000 nice pubs in Caledonia, I tell you. One I used to thoroughly enjoy was the Horseshoe in Drury Street in the centre of Glasgow. Just about one street back from the central station, guys, Drury Street. And there you go. Chesterfield, the famous Crooked Spire, Derbyshire. God bless Derbyshire. Roy Michael, of course. God bless Derbyshire. We were talking about Buxton. Very true, Scotty. I stand corrected. RNAS, Abbotssinch, HMS, Sanderling. Thank you very much, Ramatan, for checking that. Very, very good. Are the Irish your brothers in arms against the English invaders? Well, the English invaders have long gone in Ireland, I can tell you. 101 years. So you're a bit late in that one. So there's never any need to be brothers in arms. We're just brothers. Good evening, Scottie McClue. Good evening, Mr. McClue. Robert, how lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. There we go. Fantastic. The Crooked Spire. Does anybody know what caused the Crooked Spire in Chesterfield? Yes? Good evening to you. Dinky-Doo, says Robert. Dinky-Doo, Robert. Guys, time for a sip of tea. Now, can I tell you that we had just under 300,000 viewers in October? Just under 300,000. Split pretty evenly between TikTok and YouTube. Have to disappear back to work, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, a pleasure as always. Ramatan, thank you. Ramatan is such a beautiful person. He's just come on, given me huge gifts. You can see it on the red roses there and the goal. But never, ever feel you have to give a bean, I say to you. But it's so lovely. And that's Ramatan going back to work. You got a wee tad, and he mentions a whiskey, says the cook stat. There they are. Well, I don't know. I don't take alcohol now, but I used to enjoy it. Do you class yourself as British? Well, Josh, you don't have a choice. If you stay in a country that's on the landmass of Britain, you are axiomatically British. So you don't ever class yourself as British. You are classed as British because you stay in Great Britain or Northern Ireland. Do you see? See how it works? There's no such country as Britain. And this is where the politicians get it so wrong. They talk about, I love this country. You say, which one? England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, or Wales? Which country do you love? That's interesting, says Josh. Thank you for addressing that. Yes, you have no choice. And the dafties that go, ha ha, I'm no British. News flash, Chinas. You are. You can't not be. So you can't not be Scottish without being British. You can't not be English without being British. You can't not, at the moment, be Northern Irish without being British. You can't not, at the moment, be Welsh without being British. And we all got that. The wee bear's given me beautiful, beautiful red roses. Wee bear, thank you. Can everybody tap their phones? Just go tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. Do it on my snitch, on my nose, And we'll get this up. We're at 1,300 likes. We Bear's going bananas with red roses. Thank you, Bear. How much do you pay for a pack of jammy Dodgers? Well, I don't pay for a pack of jammy Dodgers now because I'm on a very strict diet. But I think I would probably have paid, I would think, £1 for a pack of jammy Dodgers. Worth every penny if you're into jammy Dodgers. Thank you so much for your lovely gifts. $5 a packet. Wow, MSCR. What car do you drive? That's my former one behind me. Do you see it? The P38. Very, very nice. DINKY-DOO, I say to you, Scottie, I found out yesterday I have arthritis in my hip. Now, Susan, I don't know what diet you're on, nor is it anybody's business, but I would say to you, have a look at diet again. You would probably have done it a million times, but have a look again and tell me if there's anything you can do to see if we can get that down. All right? So there we go, because we might be able to bring the inflammation down. You're talking about something I know, but do you drive that? No. Not nowadays. No, I drive, my present car is quite new. It's 15 years old, but I have another car which is 31 years old. You see? Both very, very pleasant. Scottie DINKY-DOO, how are you doing? Who sent me Pudsey Bears? You're so generous, wee bear. Thank you very, very much. Has everybody followed? Guys, we're at 2,300 likes. And I need another 50 followers. So if you're watching right now, pop your finger up to the plus on the top left and click it, and I'll shout you out. I can see you in an old Rolls. Now, when you say an old Rolls, how far back would you like me to go? I'm sure I saw a picture recently. Let me see if I've still got this, guys. This is quite important because I'd like you to see this. Let me see. What have I got here? There's so much stuff here. I'm sure I have a picture of Scottie McClue standing beside an old Rolls. Yes. I mean the big old heavy ones. Are you talking, when you say old, are you talking maybe 80 years old? Keep the 31-year-old car. They're much easier fixed if you can keep the rust off it. Yes, indeed, I'll do my best, Joe. DINKY-DOO, I say to you, the tin worm. If the tin worm gets into them. There you are. Now, I need, what did I say? Yes, if you can have another 50 followers. That'd be great. If everybody can tap the phone. Guys, 2,800 likes. How beautiful is that? I say to you. How beautiful is that? Oh, my goodness me. This is just amazing. Just amazing. Now, what am I doing here? I'm just trying to sort a couple of things out, guys. That's the stuff. There we go. All right. Now, what have we got here? I will do, Scottie. Yes, Susan, have a look at that because you'll be amazed at the difference. It might even be as simple as bread. What's the chat, Scottie? John, you know what it's like on here. We discuss virtually everything. And I think that's kind of held me back on platforms because platforms like to be a bit departmentalized. I say, well, what does he do? Does he talk cars? Does he talk sport? Does he talk news? Does he talk conspiracy theories? Does he talk agenda? What does he talk? And of course, we talk everything. And I think it throws the algorithms. When you say dinky-doo, in what context do you imply? The Cookster, I imply, is all well with you and the world. That's the context. Lollerlickidig, says John. Thank you so much to Ricky. And everybody who's contributed to the Red Roses, guys. Look at that. 78 red roses. 3,100 likes. Hello, sir. How was your day, Hassan? My day was outstanding and it just got better. Is that not beautiful? Scottie, says Roy Michael, do you think Labour will win the next general election or the Tories will stay in power? Well, people like to be seriously abused by the Tories. Seriously. Or they wouldn't have had them in for the last 13 years and voted them in. Boris got voted in with a landslide. Rishi, of course, wasn't voted in at all. And neither was, I think Liz was either, was she? No. So they went in. So they shouldn't, in theory, really be Prime Minister. There's nothing wrong with them being leader of the Tory party. But unfortunately, that also, at the moment, goes hand in hand with Prime Minister. Sir, how are you so happy? Because, Hassan, the world is stuffed with beautiful people, wonderful people like yourself. And that leads to other people feeling happy. Do you like Norwich? Do you know, Henry? I have to be honest with you. I have never been in Norwich. It's one of those luxuries I've been denied so far, and I'm pretty well travelled. The nearest probably as I've been to Norwich would be Harwich. Harwich. Is Harwich far from Norwich? Can everybody follow us, please? Do you like Troon in South Ayrshire? No, I don't like Troon. I love Troon, and I love Barassi. When I was a wee boy, there was the Ailsa shipbuilding yard at Troon that built the previous Glen Sannox, which was a lovely big car ferry built in 1957. And she replaced, I think, 2 previous Glen Sannoxes. One of 1925, a turbine steamer, I think, and one of the 1890s, a paddle steamer, the Glen Sannox. And that would be owned by probably the railway company at the time, like the Glen Rosa. The baker who burnt the rolls and sold them as well fired must be a millionaire now. Well, Peter Heron, I should think so. I quite like, when I was buying rolls, well-fired rolls, but they can be a wee bit too well-fired. Do you think, for instance, they mean to do well-fired? Susan has sent me £1. She's tapped the dollar bill at the bottom of the super chat on the YouTube and sent McClue £1. Susan, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Bobby, I paid £9.50 for a fish supper today, Scottie. I remember paying 2 and 6pence in the 60s, 12.5p today. Yes, I think I had a £0.5 fish supper. Certainly had a 5 shilling one. 25p. What about the ferry debacle? Can he get to Arran anytime I want to? John, this is where planning is needed. Now, unfortunately, and I don't quite understand why, vessels used to last a lot longer. So the London and North Eastern Railway Company, who took over the North British Railway, had a vessel called the Lucy Ashton. The Lucy Ashton sailed from I think it was 1883 or maybe 1881 until 1949. Now you do the maths. So that's virtually 70 years, right? Now, a vessel, admittedly, there was 2 world wars, so they hung on to them. But a vessel lasting 70 years. I think the lifespan of a ferry now is about 25 years. The Glen Sannox I'm talking about was built in 1957. So what would that make her now? You do the math. She was 50 in 2007. So add another 16 years, that's 66 she'd be now. And I don't know when they took her off. DINKY-DOO. What have we got here? Lang afore my time, loon. Indeed, crazy, yes. But all I'm saying is it's the planning. There were 3 new ferries in my time, came out of Hull Russell in Aberdeen in 1964. The Columba, the Clansman, and the Hebrides. The Columba went straight on to Oban to Craignewer. They built a new pier at Craignewer to accommodate the Columba. Drive on, drive off ferries. The Clansman, I think, went to Armadale. And the Hebrides, I think, went to the Outer Isles. Have I got that right? The year before I was born, 1965, that's right. So there we are. My dad was on the St. Ninian. Wow. Amazing stuff. Where did she go to? Did she go to Orkney? Have I got that right? Guys, get following. Now, what do we got here? Guys, I need another 44 followers. Everybody watching, get up and get following as soon as you can. Hey, Scotty, and everyone says, Amy. Hey, Amy. A silver cloud, Scotty. Oh, Thomas Stevenson. I would love a drive of a silver cloud, a Cloud 1. So what are we talking? Maybe 1956. Cloud 1, would that be right? Scotty, did you see my message? I don't know if I did. What are you saying to me? I have worn a Cornish kilt, says Paul Glover. Paul's from Cornwall. Paul, it's lovely to have you with us tonight from Cornwall. And I bid you a good afternoon. Or is it still morning? Oh, yes. Have you heard the new Beatles song? Tell me more. Have they found another one? I love visiting Scotland, says Roy Michael. Wonderful, welcoming people. They are by and large. I've only met one bad man in my whole life, and he sadly was a Scot from the East End of Glasgow. Heartbreaking, but there we are. So what have we got here? Now and then it's called. Aha. I shall find out more. 4,600 likes, guys. Everybody is going tap, tap, tappity tap on their phones. Can we see if we can get 10,000? One night we did a pop-up at this time and got 36,000 likes. Did you like the Beatles in your youth, Scotty? I liked them very, very much indeed. I had the privilege of sharing an agent with the late George Best, the footballer. And the agent tells a lovely story that one night he was in the flat in London talking to George, and the phone went. And this voice said, "Speak to George, please." And he said, "Yeah, can I ask who's calling?" And he said, Richard Starkey. and it was Ringo Starr. How amazing is that? I loved the Beatles. Saw her standing there. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yellow Submarine. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What about when John and Yoko got together and had the Ballad of John and Yoko? There we go. I mean, Yoko Ono. Wonderful stuff. There we are. It's old Willie. I hope you've got your breaks on. Be lovely to hear from you. An old John Lennon demo recording that was finished off by Ringo and McCartney. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Yes. And I knew a gentleman, he's sadly no longer with us, he was a great friend of Paul McCartney. Scotty, the one, have the quality. Yes, indeed. Oh, the cloud. I knew a gentleman that had one. Beautiful thing. Huge, huge creature. The Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, guys. What year were you born, Scotty? Well, you've got to tell me. So there we are. DINKY-DOO, I say to you. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Come and join us on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Good song, Standing in the Dock at Southampton. Trying to get the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's all I can do, or we'll get hit with a copyright. He was born 1945. No. 1950. No. We love it. Guys, so lovely to see you beautiful YouTubers. Share and tell 10. Are you the guy from Still Game? No, Stormy, sadly. But I was the original inspiration for Still Game. Isn't that beautiful? There we go. Somebody stole my picture. Well, we get them back. Don't you worry. We shall sort that out. Who's the gentleman in the back? That's me. I got presented with that. The new Beatles song, good to hear, says Susan. I hear it on Radio Scotland. Wow, interesting. Follow us, guys, as soon as you can. DINKY-DOO. Can I call in? Of course you can. Love you, Scotty. Thank you, Zaz. That's very kind of you. Guys, I need another. I'll settle for 42 followers. 42 of you. So they should have had you in Still Game, Scotty, as a cameo. I think so, Amy. I think it would have been a great success. A wee cameo with Scottie McClue in Still Game. I'll tell you what I would like to have done as a line. Go into the Klansman, go up to Bobby and say, landlord, for myself, a pint of your finest, and for my very good friends, Jack and Victor, nothing. Would that be funny? There we go. I said, say to you, scoosh, DINKY-DOO. DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue. Yes, lovely guys. Tell us where you're watching from. We did 6,100 likes. Everybody tap, tap, tappity tap on the TikTok and get following. Right, we're doing very well for followers. I need another 31 followers. So can everybody follow? I'll shout you out, okay? Kent in England. Romsey, we love you in Romsey CBD. Romsey Abbey, close to Broadlands House. I'm watching from TikTok on my phone. Goodwin B. Very funny. I see what you just did there. Very droll. Yes, we love that. I think, Amy, yes, Scottie McClue, Staffordshire, guys, I love it. Beautiful Staffordshire. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Dunfermline and Fife, Ken. Just do the break, Ken. Fantastic. We need to mention all the places in Fife, but we need to say, Ken, to ask somebody if they know them. So I suppose we could start with Inverkeithing, Ken. Guilty, Ken. Dunfermline, Ken. Kirkcaldy, Ken. East Weems, ken. London Links, ken. Wormat, ken. Mythil, ken. Come on, guys. Get up. St Andrews, ken. Instar, Enstrother, ken. Ely, ken. Gurres, ken. Falkland, ken. Kenrus, ken. What else? What have I missed out? Come on. There are Bonnyrig, ken. Bonnyrig's no in Fife, dear. Bonnyrig is East Lothian, or is Bonnyrig just getting into Midlothian? No. Is Dalkeith Midlothian? Rosyth, ken. Just near the brig, Rosyth. North Queens Ferry, ken. You're live on Scottish Phone-In. Who's that?
Hi, Scottie. It's Anne. How are you today?
Hello, Anne. Are you dinky-doo?
I'm DINKY-DOO all day, yeah.
So,
it's just a wee quick question. Have you seen the Royal Marines newish rifle?
no.
No. Well, it's something you should look into, definitely. They've changed over from S80 to a new platform. It's an AR platform, the Nightstoner 1. Do you think that the entirety of the armed forces should switch over to this rifle or not?
Oh, wow. I remember there used to be a joke. There's a new rifle called the Civil Servant because it doesn't work and it can't be fired.
That's a good joke.
That's not fair on the civil service. They do a wonderful job.
Do you think we should change it over to the whole armed forces?
Well,
or should we just stay with
no. Listen, I don't know it, and so at the moment I can't comment, but I will look into it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Scottie.
Because when I see the guards marching, the latest one does look a bit short, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've not. The A3 you're talking about, the SSAs.
Right. Yes, that's right. Is there an
Yeah,
SA? Is there an SA80?
SSAs, yeah.
Yeah, the 80. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. We shall see. I shall look into it, and I say to you, dinky-doo.
Thank you very much, Scottie.
And thank you, bless you. There we are, a very, very clever lady, Anne, on just discussing what is a suitable firearm for the armed services. Now, what cameo role done by someone else in Still Game should Scottie have done instead? Robbie Coltrane as the bus driver. There we are. Oh, wonderful. Yes, all these wonderful actors. Yes. Does anybody remember Methadone Mick appearing? Bigger hat required, not at all, Meat Parcel. This was perfect. It's a wee bit roomy, actually. You can get both thumbs in at the side, you see. So it's a bit roomy, this one, I have to say. I wouldn't like it to blow off in a gale. I mixes, Amy. There we are. Would you have liked that one, Amy? I say to you. Fantastic. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue, hashtag FLOTI, all uppercase, FLOTI, First Lord of the Internet, the world's top broadcaster, and the world's most humble man. And somebody said I should be called the father of feminism. Mate, it's going to take 3 men to pull that hat off your head. Honestly, Meat Parcel, I think you maybe could do with a wee appointment at the opticians, because you'll not get much looser than this hat. Look at it. Look, one finger, one thumb, keep moving. So loose. Oh, don't think that's needing many people there. That has stopping the blood in your head. No, it's not, you see. You should get a bigger hat, man. No, Meat Parcel. Look, you can't get, look, one thumb, look. Oh. Aye, Betty. There we go. Fantastic. Now then, Scottie, I'd recommend looking at rifle systems as it's fun to learn when bored. When bored, I see what you just did there. When bored. How's it bored? Very clever. The SA80 A2 in profile. Yes, absolutely. Well, I've seen the guards marching with them, of course, but they do look a bit shocked. When I was younger, I think it would be the old Lee Enfield they had. Would that be right? Did you know? And I'll tell you who ran Lee Enfield rifles after the First World War. The late John Reith, Lord Reith of the BBC. I'm sure he actually was a great industrialist, Reith. Wasn't a terribly good husband and father, but an outstanding industrialist and businessman. And he was the guy that I think after the First World War, he went to Lee Enfield rifles in America and doubled the output. What a guy. Scotty's my birthday today, says Ginger Dinky-Doo. What do you think of AI? I'll be 100% honest with you, Diker, as I always am. I don't know enough about it. I heard His Majesty the King talking about it, was it yesterday, about AI, or whenever he spoke about it, because he's in Kenya at the moment, isn't he? So there you go. So I don't know enough about it. It sounds as if it could be a problem. It's a bit like nuclear power. It makes a great servant, but a poor master. See what I just did there, guys. How's that for a McClueism? A great servant, but a poor master. Wow. Gives a verse so killy cranky. Oh, ye had been where I had been, you wouldn't be so swanky. Oh, ye had been where I had been, on the breeze, oh, killy cranky. How about that? Do you like that? I knew Killy Cranky very well because I was the assistant manager at Pitlochry Theatre 42 years ago. Oh, what about that? Amy Dinky-Doo, what about Steve the Bookie? Says Amy. We're still talking still game. Best TikToker on here, Diker. You are so very, very kind, and you've given me lots of lovely applause. Dinky-Doo, I say to you all, guys, I need 28 followers now. We asked for 50, we now need 28. Can you supply as we speak, please? Everybody up to the top left and click the plus. Oh, and get following and look at every single TikTok video. If you're on the YouTube channel, please give me a thumbs up, bottom left of the picture. Please subscribe. It's absolutely free. It's a strange word, subscribe, but it's absolutely free. And check out all the videos and share them. Send them to your mates. Now, guys, I've got great news I got today. We're just short of 300,000 people have watched Scottie McClue live on social media in October. 300,000. Now, on the radio, that I have to say, McClue was so big, we had 250,000 every half hour. But that was absolutely exceptional. Nowadays, to have 300,000 people watch you in a month on social media is quite good going. And for that, I can only say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you like my Macaton? Dinky-Doo, yes indeed, Selena. Would you say Scotland needs the monarchy? Scotland needs the monarchy like never before. If every Scot gets behind the monarchy 100%, then, because the king is our head of state and our sovereign lord, and listen to this one. Here's Nikki going, only 300,000. That's not a lot of people. It is when you're starting out, Nikki. Have you had 300,000 people looked at your stuff in October? I don't think so. Or I would have heard of you. So, guys, we were saying, yes, does Scotland need the king? Yes, definitely. Right? Very important. Because if they get behind the king, when you put the case for Scottish independence, the first thing the unionists will ask is, well, I mean, what about the king? What are you doing about that? I say, keeping him, 100% behind him, not a problem. So forget that. Next question. See where I'm coming from? Can you start to understand? The halfwits really struggle with this. There we are. There's a lovely one. There's a guy called, is it a guy or a girl? Called Nikki. Says, you are nothing to no one. Oh, Nikki, this is what we call classic projection, right? So obviously you feel all your life. Let's have a look at Nikki, guys. You feel all your life that you're nothing to no one. Are you wee so sad about you, Nikki? You wee so. I'm going to let you go, Nikki, because I think you're suffering terribly from the light, absolutely shining from McClue to everyone. Guys, can we say bye-bye to Nikki? Nothing to anyone. There we are. I am a woman, says Nikki. Are you identifying as a woman, Nikki? Well, it doesn't matter now because you've gone. You can't hear us or see us. And you'll never be back. Hello from Glasgow, says Drew. Dinky-Doo. Drew from Glasgow. How lovely to have you with us. So if that person who's claiming to be a woman feels that she's nothing to no one, how sad is that, guys? And the light coming from McClue live has blinded her with the joy. Is it windy there? Angela, whereabouts in Glasgow? Of course, it's always windy in Glasgow. And if the weather's not windy, the people can manage. They can manage a bit of wind, can't we, guys? To the following, please. I need 26 followers, please. Guys, 26 more followers. It's a shame people don't want the freedom, right? Sorry, it's a shame people don't want freedom by the one world government who truly controls this earth. Yeah, but that's going to be a very, very temporary thing, guys. You know what I mean? If at all, if it happens at all. It's windy down south. Sounds like a song there. What's the one? I've just blown in from the windy city. Yes. What's that one? Can I remember what that's from? Dinky-Doo. I say to you, lovely guys, thanks for following. Outstanding. I can't believe we've been up 48 minutes. We're going to have to go. What's your earliest memory, Scotty? I can remember being in my pram and people looking in and going, hello, hello. What a strange thing to go. And I couldn't speak. I couldn't, you know, all that sort of stuff. Should we have our own royal family if we go independent? Well, no, because you see, King Charles has got Stuart bloodlines. Very, very big. And I found out the other day that King James VI, who took over the English crown in 1603, so the crown is effectively Scottish, guys. And James VI, James I of England, Mary Queen of Scots' son, when he was born, he was baptized a Roman Catholic. The fairly newly formed Church of Scotland under John Knox, the first moderator, asked, I think it was the first moderator, asked Mary Queen of Scots if the new baby, the king, could have a Protestant christening. And Mary said no. But the Archbishop and the Lord Lion, who would be Catholic then, they gave the new baby, who was 400 years and 1 day older than me. although he might not look it. And they gave him the title of Duke of Rothesay, Lord Renfrew, or Baron Renfrew it is now, Lord of the Isles. What was the other one? There's another one as well. Duke of Rothesay, Baron Renfrew, Lord of the Isles. Oh, come on now. What's the other one, guys? Anyway, long story short, when King Charles was Prince of Wales, up until last September, when Her Majesty, Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II passed away, he passed these titles on to Prince William. So Prince William's got titles going back further than the Union of the Crowns. Scottish titles. Isn't that interesting? What's the other one, though? Duke of Rothesay, Lord of the Isles, Baron Renfrew, and come on, somebody, look them up quickly, and then you could tell me. Are you going to celebrate the 5th? No, I don't really. Are you King Henry VIII? No, I just look like him. Can you name all his wives? Your English is very good for a Scottish person. Yes, indeed, absolutely. I've lived in England, you see, so I picked up the way to speak properly. This is what you call, the way I speak is a Mary Hill accent. Yes, we speak Mary Hill. The best English ever spoken is by Scots in Inverness and Inverness. So they will speak very much better. They will speak a lot better English than you see. Because no English person speaks English as well as an Invernessian. There we are. So I could tell you that. So what about that? Cats are human. You see, the Scots speak English better than the English. Now, how is your Doric? Right? I agree, it says cats are human. Yeah, but cats are human. How is your Doric? How is your Lalands? We don't speak with an English accent. Who's that? The English or the Scots? Was the title you're looking for Prince and Great Steward of Scotland? Woo! You beautiful, beautiful, wonderful person. Who is that? I can't see. Yes, that's the title. So they called him Prince James of Scotland, Prince and Great Steward of Scotland, Lord of the Isles, Duke of Rothesay, and Baron Renfrew, or Lord Renfrew. Who's just given me, Mon the Scots, says Drew, who's just given me a huge number of red roses, guys? 7,000 likes on TikTok. 101 red roses. Thousands of you watching on TikTok. I need another 26 followers. Everyone, hand up to the top left corner, click follow the live streamer. Should we have our own royal family going in? So we don't need to know, because you see, the late Queen's father was a direct descendant of Malcolm II. How about that? And the original Stuart, or Steward, I think married Marjorie Bruce. And we got Robert the Bruce, who was crowned at Scone Palace in 1306. Now, guys, I'm talking back a bit. I had a lovely cousin who was in the Mounties in the First World War. He was a blacksmith. The Mounties in Canada. And I can remember him pointing out where he played football at Inverkip. And he said, I used to play football there. I'm talking back a bit, 1906. Isn't that beautiful? So 1906. So what was he? 300 years from 1606. Monda Scott says Drew. Who have we got, guys? Another 25 followers, please. The Buchan accent's the closest to the Queen's English. Again, Buchan, the Buchan loons. There you go, Banff and Buchan. Bucky, beautiful. Who invented the kilt? Well, the kilt was originally just a long length of wool, worsted wool cloth. And what you did was you used it as a plaidy to keep you warm. You lay down and rolled in it and rolled it round yourself and then put what would be the plaid across. So it's just a great big length of cloth. And then they started to dye it, the tweeds. They dyed them using crottle from the rocks to get the yellow. Greys, browns came from the peat. Green, I don't know how they got the green. I would imagine they rubbed them in the grass. They used to bury them, you see. Bury them to get them properly waterproofed. And then they would have their leather shoes that laced up and a leather belt round the middle of this length of cloth. And they never fought in their kilts. And then they started having different coloured cloths for the families, the clans. You're live in Scotty's Fun In. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie McClue. It's Martin.
Martin, are lovely to have you with us. Are you Dinky-Doo?
I am 40 today.
Oh, Martin, happy birthday. We can't sing it or we'd get hit with a copyright. But we can wish you a very happy birthday right on the button. Yes, at 6 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock in about 30 seconds.
Hold on, please. Thanks, Scotty. Hi, Scotty.
Hiya, Emma. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Have you got a tea for the birthday boy?
We're out for a birthday meal.
Ah, how gorgeous. Dinky-Doo, have something lovely to eat.
Dinky-Doo to you.
Dinky-Doo.
I'll go to back again. How are you, my friends? Good?
Martin, absolutely 100%, and a very, very happy 40th to you.
Thank you, Scotty. Love you lots. Bye.
The top man, love you. Have a lovely evening.
Bye.
Bye. See Emma. There's Martin and Emma. Fantastic. Martin's out 40 years old today. Martin's an amazing guy. Started his own radio station online. Guys, we're running short of time. Who invented the kilt? So there's the story of the kilt. I'm just back from that game, Dinky-Doo. Marjorie Bruce fell off her horse on Renfrew Road in Paisley. There's a cairn where she fell. Yes. Now, one of my family married a Bruce. I don't think it was Marjorie Bruce. I think that was the Stuart. So I actually, apparently, my family gave the monks the land to build Paisley Abbey. Howdy, Scotty Dinky-Doo, wifey free fifey. How lovely to have you with us, Ken. Guys, I've got 7,000 likes. I'm going to have to dash. I love you all lots. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ready? Ta-ta. Ta-ta. Our beautiful, beautiful people. And you gorgeous, gorgeous YouTubers, please look at all the videos. Please do subscribe. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McClue. The YouTube channel's the best kept secret in the world. But please spread the word. Tell everyone. It's so important. Love you lots, guys. We're out of time. Tongues at the ready. Papa. One more feeling. Papa.